Hello, friends. Welcome back to another episode of Movies and Melodies. Today's episode is about one of my very favorite actors, Devi. Born on the 13th of August, 1963, she went on to become a superstar with a career that spanned 5 decades. She was so talented. Even as a child, at the age of 4 was when she made her debut as a child artist in Tamil movies, in a movie called Thunaivan, where she played the role of Lord Muruga. God films were very popular around that time, and she made her screen presence felt in this very divine way. She went on to act in a lot of movies. She had a very, very stellar career as a child artist in Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, and even a single Hindi film as well, Rani Mera Naam. Then she came into becoming a lead actor. This was where her career really took off. At the age of 12, she made her debut as a lead actor in a Telugu movie called Anuragalu, which was a remake of a Hindi movie, Anurag, the story of a blind girl. The movie was not a very good box office hit, but she was a hit in the movie. She was noticed, and after that, her career just took off. I'd like to talk about her Tamil film career first. She acted with all the top heroes of her time, Kamal Haasan, Pratap Pothan, Rajnikant, to name just a few, and all the top directors as well. Balu Mahendra, K. Bharatiraja, K. Balachandar, all these people. She got extremely good roles. She essentially was one of the few people who could actually make or break a movie. People realized this early on. She was given excellent roles, and she just took these on so beautifully. One of my favorite movies of hers in Tamil is a movie called Padinaru Vaidinile. She was only 14 when she acted in this movie. She has done such an incredibly mature job acting. It's a very complex role. And she has portrayed this sort of a child woman very well. The first song, however, that I'd like to share is from another of her very fine Tamil movies called Varumai Niram Sivappu. It's a very serious movie. It's about how two people are trying to lead a life of dignity and integrity and how difficult it is to do so in a very imperfect world. Kamal Haasan, Devi in the lead. This song, it's a very unique picturization. The scene is this. She is coming up with a tune, and he is supposed to come up with the lyrics. So basically, they're composing a song together. Both of them have done such a fine job in being so unmannered and so natural at it. And the singers, S.P. Balasubramaniam and S. Janaki, have done an equally fantastic job voicing this song. It is M.S. Vishwanathan's music and Kannadasan's lyrics. It's a very, very beautiful song. Sippi irukkudu, mutham irukkudu.
சிப்பி இருக்குது முத்தும் இருக்குது திறந்து பார்க்க நேரம் இல்லடி ராஜாத்தி சிந்தை இருக்குது சந்தம் இருக்குது கவிதை பாட நேரம் இல்லடி ராஜாத்தி சிப்பி இருக்குது முத்தும் இருக்குது திறந்து பார்க்க நேரம் இல்லடி ராஜாத்தி சிந்தை இருக்குது சந்தம் இருக்குது கவிதை பாட நேரம் இல்லடி ராஜாத்தி எப்படி சந்தங்கள் நீயன சங்கீதம் நானாவேன் சந்தங்கள் நீயனால் சங்கீதம் நானாவேன் சிப்பி இருக்குது முத்தும் இருக்குது திறந்து பார்க்க நேரம் இல்லடி ராஜாத்தி சிந்தை இருக்குது சந்தம் இருக்குது கவிதை பாட நேரம் இல்லடி ராஜாத்தி சொர்க்கம் தங்கத்தட்டு எனக்கு மட்டும். ஓகே, அப்படியா? தேவை பாவை பார்வை நினைக்க வைத்து நெஞ்சில் நின்று நெருங்கி வந்து பியூட்டிஃபுல். மயக்கம் தந்தது யார்? தமிழோ அமுதோ கவியோ? சிப்பி இருக்குது, முத்தும் இருக்குது, திறந்து பார்க்க நேரம் இல்லடி ராஜாத்தி. சிந்தை இருக்குது, சந்தம் இருக்குது, கவிதை பாட நேரம் இல்லடி ராஜாத்தி. சந்தங்கள் நீயனா, சங்கீதம் நானாவே.
She was born in Sivakasi in Tamil Nadu. Her father was from Tamil Nadu. Her mother was a Telugu actor. So she grew up speaking both Telugu and Tamil at home. She was very comfortable in both these languages. Interestingly enough, I was actually quite surprised to find this out. The maximum number of movies that Sridevi has acted in her career has been in Telugu. Because she was a child artist as well, she acted with all the top actors of her time. NTR, A. Nageshwara Rao, then in the younger crowd, Chiranjeevi, Venkatesh, and so many others. She also got her pick of directors as well. Some of her fun Telugu movies are Jagadeka Veerudu Atiloka Sindhu. Oh my goodness, that movie is so funny. She is very good in comedy. But one of my favorite movies of hers in Telugu has always been Kshanak-Kshanam. It was like a suspense action movie made by Ram Gopal Verma. The music for this movie was by M.M. Keeravani. Music is outstanding. The movie is also very fast-paced, edited very well. She is such a spark in her when she's acting. She's so lively, so perfect in this role. And there's a lot of dances in this movie as well. You know, she was a superb dancer, even though she didn't have any formal training in dance. And always producers and directors managed to, put in at least one dance for Sridevi. This is no exception. And this particular song that I want to share, it's set in a jungle setting, hence the kind of weird tribal outfits. I don't know. It's all very filmy. But the song is very pretty. It's been sung by Chitra and Manu. Very, very nice. She and Venkatesh are the two people in this, of course, and there's a whole group of dancers as well, in the sort of the chorus dancers kind of a thing. But she is such a spark. Chali champutunna chamakkulo.
చలి చంపుతున్న చమక్కులో చెలి చెంతకొచ్చింది. చెలి చంతకొచ్చే తళుక్కులో గిలిగింత గిచ్చింది.
వయసాగనిది వేగినది సరసములోనా, చలిదాగనిది రేగినది సరసకురానా.
కల తీరదులే తెలవారదులే ఇది చక్కని చిక్కని చక్కిలి గిలి చలి చంపుతున్న చమక్కులో చెలి చెంతకొచ్చింది. చెలి చంతకొచ్చే తళుక్కులో గిలిగింత గిచ్చింది. అందిస్తున్న బగరే చిరు చిగురే తొడిగే, చిందిస్తున్న సిరులే మగ చిరులే అడిగే.
రమ్మంటున్న ఎదలో తుమ్మెదలే పలికే, చుమ్మంటున్న కలలో వెన్నెలలే చిలికే.
గలగలమని తరగల తరగని కల కదిలిన కథలివిలే, కల మది చిలికిన సుధలివిలే
చెలువను గని కనుగన చెలువును గని నిలువని మనసిదిలే అలు పెరుగని అలరుల అలలను గని తలపులు తెలిపిన వలపుల గెలుపిదిలే తలపలకి కట్టప్పరులే
చలి చంపుతున్న చమక్కులో చెలి చెంతకొచ్చింది
చెలి చెంతకొచ్చే తళుక్కులో గిలిగిం తగిచ్చింది.
She acted in a lot of Malayalam films, actually. I was surprised at how many Malayalam films she acted in, and fewer Kannada films. As a child artist, she acted with the very famous Dr. Rajkumar in this Kannada movie called Bhakta Kumbhara. It was a super hit. As a lead, she went on to act with famous actors in the Kannada film industry at that time, Ashok, Srinath, and rebel star Ambarish. In fact, in 1979, this movie was released, Priya, with Ambarish, and it was a super hit. But in Malayalam, she acted in something like 25 films, a lot of which were critically a success and a box office hit as well. The last one in Malayalam that she did was in 1996. It was called Devaragam. It was with Arvind Swamy. The movie it's an interesting story, but didn't become a big hit at the box office. But both their performances were very highly acclaimed. The music was very pretty in this movie. I have picked a song which is a duet, picturized on both of them. The picturization is also very pleasant. It's a very kind of a romantic setting, sung by Jayachandran and Chitra. Shishira Kala Megha Midhuna.
శిశిరకాల మేఘమిథునరదిపరాగము అదో దేవరాగము
കുളിരിൽ മുങ്ങും ആത്മദാഹ മൃദുവികാരമു അതോ ദേവരാഗമു
ഇന്ദ്രിയങ്ങളിൽ ശൈത്യനീലിമ സ്പന്ദനങ്ങളിൽ രാസചാരുത
മൂടൽ മഞ്ഞല നീർത്തിശയ്യകൾ ദേവദാരുവിൽ വിരിഞ്ഞു മോഹനങ്ങൾ
ശിശിരകാല മേഘമിഥുനരതിപരാഗമു അദോ ദേവരാഗമു
കുളിരിൽ മുങ്ങും ആത്മദാഹ മൃദുവികാരമു അതോ ദേവരാഗമു
ആദ്യരോമഹർഷവും അങ്കുലീയ പുഷ്പവും അനുഭൂതി പകരുന്ന മധുരം
ആദിവാ സ്വപ്നവും ആനന്ദബാഷ്പവും കതിരിടും ഹൃദയങ്ങളിൽ
മദനഗാന പല്ലവി ഹൃദയ ജീവരഞ്ജിനി ഇതളിടുമീ നിമിഷങ്ങൾ ധന്യം ധന്യം
ശിശിരകാലമേഘമിഥുനരതിപരാഗമോ അതോ ദേവരാഗമോ
കുളിരിൽ മുങ്ങും ആത്മദാഹ മൃദുവികാരമു അദോ ദേവരാഗമു.
As I mentioned earlier, she had debuted in Hindi films in a movie called Rani Mera Naam at the age of 9. Then as a teenager, she acted in Julie as Lakshmi's sister. You can see she was already quite competitive at that point on screen. You could tell when she came in scenes that she, shared with Lakshmi, she managed to attract all the eyes to herself. Then she went on to make Solva Savan with Amol Palekar. Then, of course, the super hit Himmat Wala, which was a Telugu remake, as was Tofa, both with Jitendra. She made a lot of Telugu remakes with Jitendra, and these were uber hits. After that, there was no looking back for her in the Hindi film industry. She went on to become the topmost actor, not just in billing and in saleability, she also was the highest paid actor of her time. Apparently, more even than the very great Amitabh Bachchan, which is, it takes some doing to do that. She was always known for her professionalism, of course, her talent, and her incredible appetite, one could say, for hard work. People always mention that when when you look at interviews or you read stuff about Sri Devi, it's always that she was one of the hardest working actors. She knew how to portray any scene. Those incredible eyes, they could be mischievous, they could be charming, they could be seductive, they could be oh so sad. But she managed to pull you in to whatever she was feeling, and you really understood where she was coming from when she was portraying whatever character she was portraying, which is an incredible, remarkable ability. Off screen, apparently, she was extremely reserved, very shy, very quiet. But when you see her on screen, that sizzle, oh my goodness, she could just mesmerize you, right? Amazing, amazing actor. And comedy, my God, she was so good at comedy. Chalbaz, oh, I have laughed hysterically in that movie. Love that movie. Lamhe, she was so good. Chandni, oh, I tell you, there's no end to her talent. The song that I'd like to share from the Hindi film industry today is iconic. It's from Mr. India, starring Anil Kapoor and Sri Devi. It was produced by Boni Kapoor. This movie was released in 1987. It took the country by storm. Two big things. One was Amrish Puri as the villain, proclaiming in his very deep, sinister voice, Mogambo Khush Hua. And the other was Sri Devi's Miss Hawa Hawai. She was brilliant in that song. It's been sung incredibly brilliantly by Kavita Krishnamurthy. The lyrics by the great Javed Akhtar Saab, music by Lakshmikant Pyarelal. बिजली गिराने मैं हूँ आई, कहते हैं मुझको हवा हवाई.
समझे क्या हो नादाना, मुझको खोजे ना जाना. मैं हूँ सांपों की रानी, कांटा मांगे ना पानी. सागर से मोती छीनो, दीपक से ज्योति छीनो, पत्थर से आग डालो, सीने से रात चुरा लो, हाँ चुरा लो, हाँ चिकी लकी चिकी चिकी लकी चिकी चू पक चिकी लकी चिकी लकी चू रप चिकी लकी चिकी लकी चिकी चू.
In 1996, Sridevi married producer Boni Kapoor and decided that she was going to stop acting, at least for some time. 1997 saw the release of her last film before she took her break, Judai. It was a box office hit, but such a ridiculous story, a ridiculous movie. But Sridevi makes her role very believable. After a long break, in 2012, she came back with English Winglish. She was the lead in this. Again, a super hit, making her the only Hindi actor to come back after a long break as a lead and get a hit. She then acted in 2017 in her home production of Mom. This marked her 300th film, and she won the National Award for this movie. Sadly, however, this was to be her last major film, other than a small cameo role in a movie called Zero, which was released in December of 2018. She passed away very suddenly on the 24th of February 2018, leaving behind millions of grieving fans and, of course, her grieving family. I would encourage all of you, of course, her Hindi movies were very good, but I would encourage you very highly to watch her South Indian movies because I think, and this seems to have been the case for many, many years now in India, Tamil and Malayalam and some Telugu movies had phenomenal scripts with very, very strong feminine roles, where the female was leading the whole movie and the whole movie was female-centric. So definitely watch her movies, especially with Kamal Hassan and Rajnikant in Tamil. She is brilliant in them. The themes are brilliant, the stories are brilliant, and the acting is, of course, brilliant. So that's it for today, folks. I'll be back with more Sridevi in the future. Remember, music is food for the soul. Keep listening.